Hello, welcome to Foresight Scrolls Channel. Here we examine charts and trade setups based on the Foresight Suite for Tradingview Indicators. We take a look at indices, stocks, cryptos, and commodities. If you want me to take a look at something, just drop it in the chat. If you're unfamiliar with the suite, check it out on ForesightScrolls.com. And you can also watch the tutorial video here on the channel. We're going to rip through these today. As we normally do each day, we're going to take a look at the S&P 500. Some days we might do the NASDAQ or the Dow, something like that, but we're really paying attention to this. And if you see the SPY here, which is the heavily traded ETF that tracks the S&P 500, and we're looking at a couple of things on our Foresight Suite, and we can see that we're still just hanging right in the balance right here. And we can see it right here as well. We're just sort of waiting on this to curl over, perhaps get a long spell. But I'm thinking that maybe because this is a bear flag that's printing, that maybe we break down, we get our long spell, and then pop back up to test the underside of our epoch, or our line in the sand here, as we like to think about it. I had this chart up yesterday, so you can see this long up channel the S&P's been in, and same sort of situation here. It's the same Foresight indicator. You can see we have traditional colors on the candles on here. You can see how we're wedged in between our line in the sand and this up channel. This is a bear flag that's printing. It's maturing, so we probably are, it could be another couple of days before it actually breaks one direction or the other, but it's looking really heavy, really heavy. We wait for the indicator to tell us what's happening, so we don't want to just guess and jump right in. So we're just going to wait this out and see where it goes, but it looks like it's tried to retest it a few times here, and it's getting rejected every time off the underside of this channel, and it's being supported off of the epoch right here. So at some point, we may get a break below our epoch, and then perhaps we get our oblivion signal, which tells us that we are headed down, most likely. All right, let's take a look at BTC. Again, like we mentioned last night, Bitcoin is it's sort of bleeding off here, and we are starting to print a premonition here, and our premonitions, they can be played straight away. Just if you wanted to long up this premonition here, you see it marches sideways for a while and then up. This one right here just would have sort of been neutral, probably would have got stopped out on that one. And so the way that we read this is we see the premonition, and then we're looking down at the mystic spell. So we want to see the mystic spell actually reach the bottom and turn around. And we've got an update coming on the mystic spell too, which is exciting. That should help us avoid any of these, any signals like this where there's not a lot of upside on the mystic spell. And we're really excited about that. I was hoping it'd be out today. It's not quite ready yet, but it should be out tomorrow. So that's what we're watching in Bitcoin right now. And we can see that clearly we're almost down to the bottom of this flush out right here. And then below that, the next leg down should take us to about right there. That's what I'm expecting. That's it on Bitcoin for today. And let's check this out. Okay. Link we looked at last night, same sort of scenario. One of the reasons why I'm not spending a lot of time on cryptos especially right now is because they're all in the same pattern. After that big flush out last Friday, they're just all in the same pattern. And I'll tell you one thing we could take a look at here is the VIX. So the VIX is, if you're unfamiliar with it, it's just an ETF or an ETN in this case, but you can think of those as the same thing. And when this thing goes up, that means there's more volatility in the stock market. And when it's falling, less volatility. Falling or flat, less volatility. And you can see we've really popped up right here. So that should be telling you something. there's most likely going to be more volatility, perhaps a bigger move in the stock market, because it does look like it's about to break. So some people are starting to really get a little itchy whenever they see this S&P 500 looking like it does. So yeah, that's the VIX. You can buy that, by the way, and trade that. It doesn't operate traditionally because it's being traded based on the volatility of the market. And so it's a different beast. It's sort of a different animal. I'm currently long on the VIX, so that's working out good for me in the moment. The last thing we're going to look at today, we haven't looked at an individual stock in a few days, so we're going to check out Google. And there was some great TA here. So we've gotten our own long spell, which is really cool. So that tells us the move should go up. But if you're familiar with technical analysis, you see we've gapped up right here. We're in this we've printed this bull flag, and it's moved up. But if you notice right here, this looks like a topping tail. We barely made it above the very top, and then we move back down. So this is actually a bearish signal, so I would be really skeptical looking at this normally when we see the stock market moving down, volatility moving up, and we see an asset that looks like it's pushing higher. Now, gold may in fact be pushing higher because it does that, but whenever we see risk off and those risk off assets going down, but something like this moving up was really sort of suspect. So I thought to look at the normal candles, and it certainly looks like we're putting in a topping tail here. Now that won't confirm obviously until tomorrow. If it closes back down here below it, that's a confirmation on that topping tail, and it looks to be going down from that point. So that's just a little bit of extra spice on top of the indicators here. And that's it for today. I appreciate you watching. If in fact you happen to find this and check it out. And again, if you're interested in the Foresight Suite, check us out on ForesightScrolls.com. That's SCROLLS.com, and you can see how to get that. You can also get in the Discord and get some really cool information there too as well. And if you have the indicators, you can also get access to just the direct calls, because we have all of these signals set up just to print there directly. All right, thanks so much for checking it out, and have a good one.